Live from YMSL Studios, welcome to the Dashless Report Special Final Four edition. I'm your host, Bobby Moravia, with to my left, as usual, NRJ, and to his left, Douglas Dweck. And guys, another week of sweeps. Looks like a very, very fast postseason. And we'll start off. Norman, what do you think of this past weekend's matchups?
Well, on the one hand, I'm very surprised that Insane came out as sleepy as they did and as slow as they did. But on the other hand, I'm not surprised that the Dodgers won too off of Serial Killers. So
you had the Dodgers. And
I had the Dodgers.
Yeah. Well, I think we all agreed that Griffin was going to sweep. So far we're pretty much.
No, I took Insane in that.
Oh, you did. You did take Insane.
But I don't know the way they came out.
You must be insane.
I must be insane, exactly.
We'll get to that game in a moment. We'll start off first of all with the action at Dow Avenue, standing room only crowd at Dow for that matchup, and that's Ike Edid coming off a bye and going up against the red hot Serial Killers with all of a sudden unhittable Red Nesser, and the first game was a classic, and it was really everything we thought the series would be. It turned out to be a barn burner, but some huge games across the board. Norman, tell us a little about that. You caught some of that action there.
Well, Ike Edid proved once again that he is probably the strongest pitcher this league has seen, at least in my time, definitely.
Especially in the postseason.
Especially in the postseason, especially when it counts. In the beginning of the year, he missed the game. They started 0-2 without him. He didn't panic, and he called up last week a very calm Ike Edid, preaching world peace and everyone getting along and everything.
Sportsmanship. Yeah.
Sportsmanship and everything. But he showed up Sunday morning with his playoff arm ready to go, and he mowed down the Serial Killers one by one.
This team has done nothing wrong. You know, they came in first during the season when other teams were fighting for first place. Insane and Alley-Oop. A couple of teams, Maurice held the top spot. They ended up in first. You know, at the end of the year, they were just there. And then they get the bye. They pick a team that we all thought, you know, how can you pick that team? They got red 20 straight shutout innings. And, you know, they put up a 10 spot in one game. And, you know, to go ahead with the sweep, again, this team has done nothing wrong, you know.
Then, of course, you had the Dodger offense. I mean, combined in both games, Nathan Zolta, Rookie of the Year candidate with a lot of power. He went 6 for 6 with a mammoth home run yesterday, Bob. And, of course, Jackie Towell. I'm sure you'll get to it as you go through the game. But Jackie Towell went 6 for 7 yesterday also. So
Jackie Towell right now is turning out to be, clearly, one of the top players in the game. I mean, and not only that, a tremendous clutch player. And as we'll talk about when we get to the details of the game, I caught a lot of that first game, and in the outfield he was unbelievable. I mean, he got to everything and down in the gaps and coming in for balls. And a couple of years ago, his big problem was getting on base, working the counts. He was swinging first pitches, flying out. He became an all-around hitter. Now he's a great offensive player, and every week it seems like we're saying he's 6 for 8, 5 for 7. He really might be just the best all-around player in the league right now.
Well, for years we were talking about, of course, Mara Shama is considered by most as the best player in the league. Ali, a bunch of those shortstops, Eddie Rishti,
Henry Shalom,
Henry. Jackie Towell has to be considered the best player in the league. If not today, then clearly in the next year or two he's going to take that step. But he might be the best player in the league today.
He's only 20, 21, so I mean, he definitely in the next couple of years, definitely.
Yeah, he may get MVP this year. He may get Gold Glove in center field. So he's among the leaders in those categories.
Yeah, he's part of that group of elite center fielders, young 20-year-old center fielders who just elevating the league at a whole other level. Another Nathan Zolta, we might add, leads the league in homers now. It's his 5th home run of the year. Tremendous power for he's not a big guy. is, I guess once he learns to hit all fields, he's really going to be unstoppable. He's pretty much a Deadpool in and out.
Yeah.
And like we said, he hit a home run that Leo didn't even turn around for. It was just a huge home run. And so right now, Red Nesser is, he's got and the Zero Killers have their backs against the wall. And, but as we've seen many times in this league, being down 0-2 is not necessarily a death sentence. It's been at least half a dozen times in the last 4 or 5 years teams have rebounded to win. So, I think that
our CTU team twice did that. Down 0-2 and came back to win.
Who was your pitcher?
Twice. Moses. Was the
Moses,
pitcher.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we came back to win twice.
It's definitely been done before. We've all seen it done before. I don't see it happening here against the Dodgers, who I consider the best team in the league. I can't see it happening. Now, in a tie game in extra innings, with a man on first and Jackie Towell up, why don't you walk us through what happened there?
Well, in the bottom of the eighth, I think Carlos Abadie pinch ran for, what did he pinch run for? I believe it was either Simhon or somebody got on base, and Carlos pinch ran for him from first base.
Well, it wasn't Simon, I can tell you that, unless the stats are wrong. No, it's not out of order, but I'm saying he didn't get on base. He's 0 for 5 with out of walk, so it wasn't him. But whoever it was.
It was a pinch run for somebody who got on a base hit. And JT hit a shot to get in left center, and Leo, it was over Leo's head, and Carlos came in, slid home. There was no play to play, but he decided to slide home.
Now they had that. The Zero Killers had a lead.
Yeah, we'll talk about that. But
Actually,
we might add that was JT's maybe his third walk-off.
I don't understand that with JT up and a man on first, right? In an extra inning game, you have a man on first. You got to play no doubles defense, right?
Yeah, I think
Put
you
your
put 4
outfielders.
outfielders.
Yeah, 100% 4 outfielders.
outfielders.
100% 4
And then they
outfielders.
swear they need 2 hits.
They need 2 hits.
Yeah.
If JT gets a single, it's first and second or first
Right.
and third, depending on where it is.
Right.
But you go 3 outfielders and he puts it in the gap and the game's over.
Right.
And then they went on to romp in game 2. I don't know how with the minds on that team, Lee Zakaria, Henry Shalom, Max Sutton is a baseball guy, and the outfielders themselves, who are touted as the strongest outfield in the league and the fastest, but someone's got to use their head there and go 4 outfielders and deep, also deep.
You know what it is? When you think of 4 outfielders, you think of Saban at the plate, you think of Ali Marshall at the plate.
Yeah.
I don't think JT's really reached that level because he's like,
But he's really fast. If it hits
he's
the
really
gap.
fast.
And they had Meyer.
Yeah.
Meyer played the outfield last year, so
Yeah, I mean, I just think they
outfield.
really, for guys that can break the game open, but I don't know if it even entered their mind that he's going to hit
Right.
something right there.
Right, but the situation warrants it. Not JT, maybe not in the 3rd inning in a tie game. All right, fine. But in the last inning with a man on first,
Right.
the only way the game ends there is with an extra base hit over there. A single, you can't end the game. I think that was a huge, huge mistake by Serial Killers, by Lee and Henry and Max and all of them, and the outfielders.
And there's even some people questioning whether Leo even, could he have dove and made a play. I mean, he really didn't, leave everything on the line on that play, but maybe it was way over his head. But nonetheless, it was another great shot, and JT did it once again with a walk-off hit. You did mention Douglas. The Dodgers took an early lead, 3-0, 3-1, and they chipped away 3-2. Then the Zero Killers took a lead 4-3 in the 5th, 6th inning. There was a couple of plays.
I think bottom of the 6th they tied it.
Was the bottom of the 6th?
Yeah.
And there was a couple of questionable calls by the umps. I guess you're always going to have that runner was safe at second when it looked like he was out. I mean, so you're going to have those situations, anyway. But the Killers, they lost a tough, heartbreaking loss. And, sometimes in this league, it's very hard to rebound from a game like that. It's just you leave everything out, and then to try to rebound for game 2 is hard. And clearly Red probably had nothing in that second game, and they got shellacked. But
11-1.
It looks like Red had nothing. It looks like the entire offense had nothing. Clearly a carryover from game 1.
Yeah, they were probably devastated. And, it's just hard to rebound. And especially when you win a game like that, the momentum just carries over. So, They're way ahead. We were talking earlier. I was talking to somebody, and we mentioned how hard it is to sweep. Usually in this league, if you don't put a team away in 3 games, when you're up 2-0, and you lose that 3rd game, we were trying to figure out what the stats are over the years. When you lose game 3, how a lot of times you end up
Right.
losing the series if you don't put the team away in 3 straight. You get the momentum and.
Yeah.
Look for Yedid to really send that message across and to bury this.
This whole
serial
season
killer.
has been a big season of streaks. You've seen you won 6 in a row, Insane won 6 in a row, they lost 6 in a row. This team, Serial Kills, won 5 in a row. So you can have a
12
yeah,
in a
they
row.
won 12, maybe 11 out of 12 or 12 out of 13. So it's been a big season of streaks, and they have defense. They had a 20-inning streak of not giving up a run, and almost a no-hitter. So I really don't count them out. They have veterans that have good defense. If they win the one game, I guess it's Friday.
Yeah.
So they win one game Friday. Okay, now they're down 2-1. All they need is a sweep. They just got to break it off into little chunks, and then they just need a sweep.
And the
not
one
so
thing
easy,
you
but
can look
they can do
at to the Dodgers is they still are a very young team also. So Yedid aside, maybe something can snowball, but again, I just don't see it. I don't see Zerial getting the game on Friday at all. I see a sweep.
Yeah, I think Yedid's going to put him away at this point, and Red's already complaining that he's losing out on the job. He might not play.
I just spoke to him.
He's visibly upset about this Friday game, so he's already starting off on the wrong foot. But as we mentioned last week, it's the 2nd round. Red starts fading away. He'll
Yeah,
get through that
it's
first
amazing
round,
that every single year he's like on fire. His team's rolling into playoffs, and then as soon as it gets down to the end of the season, usually it's in the championship.
Right.
Now it's in the semis, but towards the end, it's just, I don't think he loses anything, but it's just maybe teams are more intense because it's playoff baseball. But
Obviously, the
It's just
deeper
tough.
you go, the
Yeah.
better
Better
teams
the
are
teams
alive,
are,
the
yeah.
better opponents.
yeah,
So I don't think any of us are giving really Red a shot at the rebound or the Serial Killers to take the series, or
I don't think it's over. I still give him a chance. It's not a great chance, but I still give him a chance.
I mean,
You give him no chance.
I don't give them a chance. I didn't like them in the series going in. I think the Dodgers are a lot better of a team than them. And if the Serial Killers are going to beat the Dodgers, they got to play their best game, and they got to play with their heads. Someone on that team has to say, all right, there's a man on first in the 8th inning. You got to go no doubles defense there. Whether it's the catcher, Elliot Patesh, first baseman, is the first baseman for 30 years.
Right.
Someone's got to speak up and say something there.
Yeah,
To me, that
I
was a
don't-
huge
I don't
mistake.
I don't even think they crossed their minds.
No, and I can't believe that it didn't.
Yeah, so I'm sure they're going to realize.
Yeah, we
it the
invite
next time
any
it happens.
callers. If there's anyone from Serials watching, if they want to give us a call, Captain
Yeah.
Lee.
Once
let
again,
us
the
know if you
number
thought of
is
that.
732-5YMSL55. So that series is 2-0. Now we shift over to another standing room only crowd at Fireman's West, and this game is the matchup between Insane, coming in at the 7th seed, and the red hot, one of the hottest teams I've seen in this league in 15 years.
Is it 12 out of 13, 11 out of 12? What is it?
Now it's 11 out of 12, but this team coming, and I don't know, I haven't seen that. With all the great pitchers that have played in this league, A.B. Sacker might be the hottest in the last 4 weeks. I mean, he's giving up 1 run a game for the last month or so. So we all picked Grippett to win this rather easily.
I picked Insane, but I was
Again, keeping.
They
boy,
only scored 3 runs.
boy was I way off on this one.
Well,
Grippett,
you look good in the other series.
Yeah.
when you picked them.
Yeah.
So, and I'll tell you, this team is fun to watch. I'm telling you, they're just unbelievable. They had Zach Ashkenazi, 11th round pick, was the leadoff hitter in a semifinal matchup, 16 years old. And then A.B. Sacker was just, again, on fire. The defense was great.
I'll give you a great A.B. Sacker stat. I think I told it to you the
you
other
told
night.
it to me. It is good.
11 playoff games in a row have been won by A.B. Sacker. 7
yeah,
on
he did.
Killer Z's and already 4 this year. And I don't know what he did if he was in the playoffs before Killer Z's, but he's won at least 11 in a row.
Well, I can tell you this. I saw Gabe Abadi the other day, and I told him, first of all, how wrong I was in this series. I keep on underestimating how good this team is. And I told him the truth. I didn't think you'd be able to hit. So he goes, everyone talks about we can't hit, we can't hit. We don't give up any runs.
Yeah,
and no one focuses on it. They don't give up any runs.
It's true.
They have the best D in the league, and A.B. Saka is on fire, and he's pitching into the defense, which is great. He's not walking anybody.
Right.
In both games. Right. Both games combined, he had 2 walks. One of them was intentional to Marshama in an inning that I'm sure we'll get to. So 1 walk intentional, so you can't count that. Right. Only 1 walk in both games. On the other side of that, Leo Caston of Insane had maybe 11 walks over the 2 games, maybe 12.
Yeah, someone had 4.
2, 3, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
Michael Risty had 4.
Michael Risty had 4.
4.
I think he might have led the league in walks or close to it during the regular. He was in the league leaders in walks in the regular season also.
Risty.
Michael Risty, yeah. So,
but we talk about the offensive grip it. I think it's a little underrated.
Yeah.
Now they're starting to come. Jordy's starting to hit. Gabe Abadi's been on fire, hitting .769 in the postseason. Zach Ashkenazi, is hitting .400. A.B. Dweck is. Lior came back. I mean, they don't have that guy that looks like he's gonna puts fear into your lineup, but they all contribute, and there's no easy out in the whole lineup. So. They're definitely. I think right now, I mean, even with Yedid, they're clearly the best team, and we mentioned 11 out of 12.
Yeah, I think right now they're the team to beat.
The first game was really not even close, as we mentioned, 11-1. There was controversy in that game, as usual. Apparently, the head honchos in the Insane organization felt that the mound was longer than it should be.
Was it an inch? 1 inch?
No,
half inch?
Well, nobody had a measuring stick till the umpire had to go in the trunk of his car and get his builder's thing. So they measured it 49 feet, and this is the end of the game. And immediately they were all screaming and hovering, but nobody said anything when A.B. Saka was reaching the plate.
Right.
But so they tried to protest, and then we called up the ASA umpiring organization. And they mentioned the fact that if it's not once it's determined that the length of the mound was long, it's supposed to be changed immediately, regardless if it's bottom of the inning or top. It's got to be changed immediately.
Oh, you don't play through the end of the inning?
No.
Okay.
But at the same token, you cannot protest at that point if it happens. So
they fixed it for the next game?
Yeah, at the end of the first game, it was determined.
So they didn't. I'm surprised. Did he notice? Was Leo complaining or AB complaining during the game? That seems long or anything?
When ironically, AB was the one complaining in the beginning that it seemed long. Then they walked it off and it was fine. But then when they did it with actual measuring thing, it turned out to be but that's irrelevant because we talked about it. The field at Fireman's does not have a mound, so basically it's got to be measured. The other fields have a built-in mound, and we don't even know if it's 46. Usually it's 44, depending on the thing. So, it's not clear it's 46. If it's shorter, nobody says that. The fact that he didn't reach the plate
made a big difference in the second game. Instead of 11-1, it was only 3-2.
Well, Insane didn't hit in either game, even with the benefit of the 3 extra feet. So even when A.B. Saka was pitching from 49, they still didn't hit.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if it was a 4-3 game, I can see a point. But 11-1, I mean, I know the guy walked 8 or 9 guys, but still, maybe it would have been 7-1. Who knows? But clearly, the better team won the first game. And the second game, it was a great game, and we'll talk about that later. But there also controversy, and Norman will touch upon that with the Insane.
Well, basically, in an effort to mix things up, Insane captains, I guess that's Jack Jamal or Ike or Marty or whoever sets the lineup, changed their lineup, and they took Ike Jamal, MVP candidate. I believe he won the batting title. Yeah. They took him out of the leadoff spot where he's been hitting all year, and they put him third. All right? Now, Insane in the last inning had men on first and third and nobody out, and the number 10 batter, Adam Jamal, coming up. Adam Jamal had a shallow fly ball to left field. Marty, before that at bat, told him to hit the ball to the right side. Adam, I don't know if he's able to do that, direct where the ball is going. Maybe that screwed him up, maybe it didn't. I don't know. He didn't hit the ball to the right side, he hit the ball to the left side. Runners did not advance. Now the leadoff man comes up, Ike Jamal, league leader, batting 900. No. Leo Casson was leading off. First and third, pitcher Leo Casson was in the leadoff spot. Because they changed the lineup in between the games.
They put Leo first.
Yeah, Leo's Leo.
Leo then...
Where'd that come from?
They took Ike from the first spot to the third spot, like
Leo
the next year with Jose Reyes.
Leo the pitcher let off.
Leo the pitcher let off. I don't know what he batted during the year. We'll get our production team on it, but not good. We're getting at the stat was bad. Okay, yeah. Leo then hit a ground ball to the pitcher. Runners can't advance. You know.
We might add it was a very hard hit ground ball, which A.B. Saka made a very good play on.
Okay. Now Marishama comes up. Now there's 2 outs. They still didn't get the run home from third, right? To tie the game.
With no outs to start.
Yeah.
No outs to start. Adam Jamal, then Leo Casson. Marishama comes up. No one even thinks about it. They put him on first base.
Right.
Bases loaded. 2 outs. Sammy Towell comes up.
It's bottom or top? The bottom of the inning.
Was it bottom or top?
They got to be the home team.
Insane was on the
second
bottom.
game.
Oh, it says they were, yeah, so it was a bottom.
Bottom.
Now, Sammy Towell gets up. They put a Barry Bonds-like shift. They move everybody to that side.
But Sammy can hit the other way.
They put everybody on the right side. They put a guy, they put the short center or whatever it is, deep in the right field. So grip it and rip it with the scouting reports. Know what they're doing with the hitting charts. Sammy Towell rips the ball directly to where nobody else would have been standing, except they put the shift right there. Unbelievable end of that game.
Yeah, that was actually the bottom of the 6th. It was a 2-2 game. That no, 1-1 game at that. Was it? It was a 1-1. It was a tie game, and then they scored 2 in the top of the 7th to go at 3-1.
Now I don't know who did I don't know if it's Marty or Jack or whoever it is, but I do know that Morris, you could say it, deny it, or whatever, visibly upset at the entire situation of what happened there, and even a youngster like Eli Harari, screaming that why are we panicking? Why are we changing the order now? To the lineup versus defense, though, they didn't hit at all.
Eli Harari 1 for 6. Buka 0 for 5.
And I asked the guys on the other team on Grip It, and they told me Insane didn't even hit a ball hard in game 1 at all. They didn't even they didn't make any spectacular plays. Fly ball, high pop, yada yada.
We shut them out 5-0. That team. We didn't see much hitting out of them either.
So
I played them once.
But the point is, I don't know if I blame them for changing the lineup. Maybe it was the right move after they played so poorly in game 1.
Right.
But either way, it clearly backfired in this case.
Yeah. Then an interesting scenario at the bottom of the inning. Now they're down 3-1 in the bottom of the 2nd. They scratch in a run to make it 3-2. Jack Jamal got a base hit. He's on first base with 2 outs. And I really don't understand this move. They had a pinch runner left to use, and it was Eli Harari. You know, you're down by a run, and you have 1 out left. You're down by a run.
Yeah. So what's he thinking about?
And Marty's like, no, not now.
Why?
So Jack, his son, is like
screaming
from first base. Dad, what are you saving it for? We got. Can
you use him next week? Is it carry over minutes?
I'm not understanding. I could not understand what that was all about. He would refuse to use him, and he finally put him in after that, and he flied out to end the game. But some very questionable decision making by the upper hierarchy over there at Insane, and now they find themselves down 0-2, and I don't think they have a shot, honestly, to even.
I don't think there's a shot. I mean, I don't see him winning 3 in a row. Leo Casson, a team that's lost maybe 8 out of 10 at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, everyone knows you got to be perfect. It has been done. You have to be perfect, but you also got to be realistic. Grip It and Rip It is no way losing 3 games in a row.
11 out of 12.
Yeah.
They're on fire. They're on fire.
On fire.
And by the way, Insane. I don't know where their bats have gone. Morris went 3 for 5. Okay, but. Look at these names that we're about to name. Buka, 0 for 5. Sammy Towell, Hall of Famer, 1 for 6. Jaime Shama, 1 for 5. 1 for 6. Who's that? Eli Harari, who was saying is fast or whatever. 1 for 5. Jack and Ike each went 2 for 6. That's good. It's not anything spectacular.
Yeah, nobody hit on that team.
They didn't hit at all. They didn't hit at all. I mean, Leo must have pitched well in game 2. They only lost 3-2, but they didn't hit at all.
Yeah, and this weekend, Grip It, I mean, if any help for Insane, is going to be without the services of Adam Schulman, who's traveling to the Dominican Republic on a scouting
What's the
assignment.
schedule this week for those games?
Those guys are playing on Sunday, game 3 and 4 if necessary. So, you know, they're...
and when's 5? Is Monday?
The following
week.
Yeah,
Okay.
following week. So it definitely should be you know, noted that they're gonna, you know, Insane might have a little break. Could be rookie Zach Ashkenazi in center field. So he's getting his big moment in the spotlight. And so yeah, I think we're all in agreement that I think the series is pretty much going to be over soon. And right now, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to go open up the phone lines. 732-5YMSL-55. And so Douglas, give us your thoughts on... yeah, go to commercial break right now.